It has become the face of anguish and sorrow, borne by the relatives of the 147 victims of the Garissa massacre, the Chiromo funeral parlour. Here the families devastated by the brutal attack continue to camp, their strength running out first. Monica Nekesa looks on as the first body is released to their kin for burial. She's getting desperate. As this one's prepared to bury their relatives, 6 days later, she's yet to find her sister's body. Yet she cannot afford to go back to Busia.
Kwa Macharia sijampata bado na sijui mali yako. Hata nikijaribu kupiga hiyo simu yake inaniambia not out of service.
She traveled with her sister's 11-month-old daughter, who she had been taking care of as her sister pursued her education in Garissa.
Kufika kwangu Nairobi niliuza kuku, ndio nikafika hapa. Alafu sasa watu wa Red Cross ndio watawasaidia huyo mtoto mpaka na nguo, mpaka mimi pia. Hata hizi ziko kwa mwili yangu nilipewa na watu wa Red Cross.
The first 20 bodies that have been positively identified were Wednesday released to their families for burial, which the government has committed to take care of.
That was our target for this afternoon, because again we would not like the bodies to be transported at night. So we would want to make sure that we process within which time that they'll still be able to travel before darkness.
The Ministry of Education, Science and Technology through Garissa University have pledged to support the victims with Kenya shillings 100,000 for each affected family.
But even as this exercise kicks off, a number of bodies still remain unidentified. Health Secretary James Macharia says the bodies could be those of victims whose families say are yet to be traced.
The reference to missing students could actually be connected to the 14 bodies which are yet to be identified. So you wait until maybe end of the day today or tomorrow, we shall be able to respond to that question.
But the university's academic staff union now says the number of missing students could be higher than 14, claiming that 166 students cannot be accounted for.
We understand the anxiety of the families. We know there are 567 children that were saved, that were not injured, that have been returned to their families. We know slightly over 100 that were injured and be taken to hospitals here in Nairobi and Garissa. Then we know the 142 bodies that were, or 44 bodies that were brought here that were being processed. To be fair, we have to let this exercise be over. Once this exercise is over, then we will reconcile these numbers. So if there's any family then who would say there's still a missing person, then this is where we'll begin the process.
First Lady Margaret Kenyatta joined other Kenyans who have been thronging the Chiromo funeral parlour with food donations for affected families, including some for those students who are still admitted at the Kenyatta National Hospital.
We have been touched by the generous support of Kenyans to the victims of the terror attack and their families, and extend our gratitude and prayers to all who have touched the lives of these people in one way or another.
As the survivors struggle to move on, the over 600 students from Garissa University College will now be absorbed into other universities in the country. The fate of their lecturers, however, remains unknown. Esther Kahumbi, Citizen Business Center.